Just before 9 last evening, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry extended a flood warning for the Sault Ste. Marie district. Residents should still keep a close watch on water conditions, regularly checking for updated weather forecasts and staying away from fast-moving rivers and streams. The MNRF is closely monitoring the weather and developing watershed conditions. At Hayden, Highway 556 remains closed in both directions from Highway 17 to Highway 129 to Aubrey Falls due to a washout. At Aubrey Falls, Highway 129 remains closed in both directions south of Chapleau from Junction 667 to Highway 17 in Thessalon because of a sinkhole. At Cochrane, Highway 652 remains closed in both directions north of Cochrane due to another washout. At Wawa, Highway 101 is reduced to one lane to Chapleau due to another washout. At Wawa, Highway 17 is reduced to one lane from Wawa to Batchewana due to a road washout. Highway 537 at Jumbo Creek remains closed in both directions due to water over the road. Heavy rain and thunderstorms should taper off and give way to light showers that are expected to bring an additional 10 millimeters of rain over the next few days. The federal government is imposing a 25% surtax on some foreign steel products in a bid to buttress Canadian manufacturers and head off dumping. Ottawa says excessive imports are harming the steel industry, prompting a surtax on 7 products that range from rebar to wire rods. The Finance Department says the surtax, which begins October 25th, will be in place for 200 days pending an inquiry by the Canadian International Trade Tribunal into whether longer-lasting safeguards are necessary. The announcement comes more than 3 months after Canada imposed tariffs on $16.6 billion worth of American goods in retaliation for hefty U.S. tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. The government also announced yesterday that some Canadian manufacturers can now import those products from the U.S. without paying the surtaxes that have applied since July 1st. The exemption applies on a case-by-case basis to companies that applied for it and pertains to American steel, aluminum, and certain other products. In one of the deadliest Thanksgiving weekends in recent history, 2 triple fatality collisions were among the 4 fatal road incidents that claimed a total of 8 lives on OPP-patrolled roads. All 4 incidents occurred on Saturday, October 6th. The first crash near Port Perry involved 2 vehicles in which 3 people died and 2 others were injured. The second collision also claimed 3 lives near Guelph. The other 2 fatalities were the result of 2 separate road crashes. During Operation Impact, which targeted aggressive, inattentive, and alcohol or drug-impaired drivers, as well as unbuckled occupants, the OPP laid 6,934 charges. The majority of the charges, more than 5,000 actually, were issued to drivers who were speeding. Florida Governor Rick Scott toured some of the areas devastated by Hurricane Michael yesterday. He said the worst damage was in the small town of Mexico Beach.
So that was the worst. Now you saw some bad stuff like in Panama City Beach, and you saw some in St. George Island, but Mexico Beach was the worst. DOT is continue to take on resources to try to get these roads cleared so people. It's really the first is to get the rescue, search and rescue back first.
$1.9 million. That is how much money the Group Health Centre and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Sault Ste. Marie will be splitting following the Catch the Ace lottery hosted by Dom and Boomer Brado at the George Wellington Esquire Club. This Catch the Ace was a long one. The ace was a final card drawn by Harold Archibald, the lucky winner of $1.2 million, and it attracted massive crowds and media attention. Glenn Heatley, local BBBS BBBS president said that Catch the Ace money for the last couple of years has been a lifeline, adding that last year's and this year's lottery have not only helped keep the door open, but help to open future ones. It means programs can be expanded. BBBS and GHC will find out on Sunday, when checks are presented, exactly how much they are each receiving and how the money was split.